If you keep attracting the same kind of toxic relationships, if you sabotage yourself every time you choose or you get close to success, if you know what you should do, but somehow you are unable to do it, you just don't do it, this video will show you why. Let me begin by asking you this question. Do you think you are in control? You think you are choosing what to eat, who to love, what to do with your spare time? But you're not. Right now, in this very moment, 95% of your life is being run by programs you didn't even choose. Programs installed when you were probably 5, when you were 3, when you were 8, before you could even speak. And they're running on repeat in the dark. Today, I'm going to reveal you the invisible puppet master that is controlling your entire life, your unconscious mind. And the moment you see it, you can finally take back your control. But to begin with, let me show you something really uncomfortable. Think about yesterday. What time did you wake up? What side of the bed did you get out of? What did you eat for breakfast? What route did you take to work? Now, turn to today. Did you do the same way things? Of course you did. Not because you consciously chose them, but because you're running on autopilot. And that autopilot is your subconscious, unconscious mind. Mind that you're not even aware of, that runs the whole show every single day, every single moment. Neuroscientists estimate that 95% of your behavior happens below your conscious awareness. And you're not even deciding to do these things. They are being done through you. Bruce Lipton calls this the subconscious program. It's like the hard drive loaded with millions of recordings from your own childhood. How your parents spoke to you, how your teachers treated you, how and what did you learn about money, about love, about success, about yourself. All of it stored in the basement of your mind. And it's running 24/7 without you even knowing. Here's why this matters to you right now. You set a goal. I'm going to start exercising from today onwards. And for 3 days, you do it. And suddenly, you stop. Why? Was it the laziness? Was it the lack of discipline? No. It was your unconscious running a program that says change is dangerous. Stay in the familiar. You meet someone wonderful, kind, emotionally available, exactly like you want. And you begin to feel uncomfortable. So you push them away. Or you pick up a fight, or you ghost them. Your friends and your family keep asking you, why would you do that? That was like the perfect match for you. That person was so nice, and you have all the reasons fabricated for yourself just to justify your actions. Because you yourself don't know. Because your unconscious had learned that when you were 7, that love equals pain. So it protects you by destroying the very thing that you claim you want. And that is the horror of it. You're not failing, you're actually succeeding at running an unconscious program. Program designed to keep you safe, not to make you happy. Carl Jung, one of the great psychologists, said once, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Such a profound proverb. You think it is just bad luck. You think it is the universe which is playing against you, but it is not. It is you sabotaging yourself from the shadows you own. And you can't even see it because you're not looking there. You're not aware of it. So let's define this properly. Your mind has two systems. One, the conscious mind. This is you right now, thinking, analyzing, making decisions. It's about 5% of your mental activity. And number two, the unconscious mind. This is everything else. Your breathing your heartbeat, your digestion, your habits, your automatic reactions, your deeply seated beliefs, your trauma responses, your patterns, your programming. 95%. The conscious mind is like the captain of the ship standing on the deck, thinking that he is steering the wheel, he is directing where the ship should move. But the unconscious mind is the ocean beneath him. The currents, the storms, the depth he cannot see. And that ocean is what's determining where the ship will eventually go. Carl Jung went even deeper. He talked about the shadow self, the parts of yourself you've already rejected, denied, pushed into the dark. All the anger you weren't allowed to express, all the desires that you were taught were shameful, all the parts of yourself that didn't fit the image you needed to present, they didn't disappear. They went into the unconscious mind. And from there, they run you. You say, I don't know why I did that. Yes, you do. Your shadow self did it. The part you refuse to own. Let me give you an example. You grew up in a home where anger was forbidden. Good children don't get angry. And so you learned to suppress it. To smile when you were hurt. To be nice when you were raging inside. That anger didn't vanish. It went underground. And now, decades later, you explode at your partner over something so tiny. Or you get mysteriously sick before any sort of confrontation. Or you develop chronic tension in your jaw, in your shoulders when such an event happens. The anger is still there. It just found other ways to let out itself. That's the unconscious. It is not evil. It is not trying to destroy you. It is just unprocessed, unintegrated, operating in the dark. And anything operating in the dark has the power over you. The Upanishads say that you are what your deep driving desire is. And most people don't even know what their deep driving desire is because it is unconscious and you're not aware of it. They think they want success, but unconsciously they believe they don't deserve it. They think they want love, but unconsciously they believe they are unlovable. And the unconscious will always win because it is louder, it is older, deeper than your conscious intentions. Now, how do you actually bring what's hidden into the light? It is a process. Let me show you that. Step number 1, observe your patterns. You cannot change what you cannot see. So start tracking. When do you sabotage yourself? When do you shut down? When do you repeat the same painful experience over and over again? Write it down. Not to judge yourself, but to witness the pattern. Because patterns are the fingerprints of the unconscious programs. Step number 2, ask the right questions. When you notice a pattern, don't just label it, inquire into it. What am I getting from staying in this situation? What am I avoiding by not taking this risk? What would change if I actually succeeded? Now, these questions bypass your conscious defenses and speak directly into your unconscious. And if you sit with them without rushing to the answer, the truth surfaces. You might realize that you're staying in a bad job because success would mean visibility, and visibility could feel dangerous. Or you're staying single because partnership would mean vulnerability, and vulnerability could mean potential abandonment. The unconscious always has a reason. You just have to be able to listen. Step number 3, dialogue with the shadow. Now, this sounds strange, but it works. When you catch yourself in a pattern, speak to the part that's doing it out loud and in the writing, if possible. Why are you trying to protect me this way? What are you so afraid of that will happen if I change? How old are you? When did I first encounter you? Often you will find the part that is sabotaging you is young. It is probably your 5-year-old who learned love means abandonment. It is probably your 8-year-old who learned success means jealousy and attack. That part is still operating, still making the decisions for you with a childhood logic. When you talk to it, when you acknowledge it, thank it for trying to keep you safe, and it will soften itself, become friends with you. It would not fight for you or with you anymore. Step number 4, rewrite the program. Once you've identified the unconscious belief, you can change it, but not through positive affirmations alone. You have to go deeper. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this, that you have to create a new emotional experience. The unconscious doesn't respond to just words, it responds to feelings. So you close your eyes and you feel in your body what it would be like to be loved unconditionally, to succeed without punishment, to be visible and safe. You create that sort of chemistry, that emotional state of this new reality that you want to achieve, that you want to experience. And you do it again and again until it becomes so familiar that it becomes more familiar than your old program. And that's when the unconscious accepts this new pattern. Step number 5, act from the new awareness. Awareness alone is not enough. You have to do something different. If your pattern is withdrawing when hurt, speak instead. If your pattern is people-pleasing, say no once in a while. If your pattern is playing small, take one visible action. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be new, something afresh. Because every new action teaches your unconscious that we are safe even when we do things differently. And slowly, this old program loses its grip. And now imagine this future. When you wake up tomorrow morning and for the first time you're not being pulled by invisible strings. You are able to choose consciously how to start your day. Someone triggers you and instead of reacting from the wound, you give yourself pause. You have the capability to give yourself a pause. You see the program trying to run and you say, no, not today. You make decisions not from the fear, not from childhood survival strategies, but from clarity, from who you actually are, not who you were programmed to be. Now what becomes possible? Everything. You stop repeating relationships because you've healed the pattern that attracted them. You stop sabotaging success because you've dissolved the belief that success means danger. You stop feeling like life is happening to you because you're finally creating it consciously. Carl Jung spent his entire years facing his own shadow. He had dreams, terrifying dreams of dark figures chasing him. But instead of running away, he turned around, he asked, who are you? And the shadow self says, I am you. The parts you refuse, the parts you left behind. And Jung integrated those parts. He stopped running from himself, and in doing that, he became whole. And that is what is waiting for you. Not perfection, wholeness. Not the absence of darkness, but the integration of it into your conscious awareness. And when you make the unconscious conscious, you just don't take control over your life. You become alive. For the first time, no longer a puppet, but a conscious creator. And here's my question for you. Now that you know the unconscious has been running your life, now that you have learned how to bring it into awareness, what happens now when you go all the way down? What if beneath the unconscious programs, beneath the shadow, beneath even the wounds, there is something else? Something that was never programmed, something that was never wounded, something that simply is. What if the deepest part isn't just making the unconscious conscious, but discovering the consciousness that was never unconscious? The part of you that has been watching this whole sequence the whole time. And that's the final frontier. Not control, but surrender to what you have always been. And there I'll meet you in the watching. Let me remind you that every answer that you're looking for is right inside you if you could look. You are the answer. In fact, that's what my book, Becoming the Answer, is all about. You will find many answers to your queries in this book. It speaks of how you are the universe yourself inside you. And it speaks from the perspectives of science and spirituality, chakra system, epigenetics, neuroscience, NLP, quantum physics, metaphysics, psychology, energy psychology, and many ancient spiritual wisdom. It is available on Amazon and Goodreads. You'll find the link in the description below. It's a good read. You must buy it. You might have someone you love and care for, and the best gift that you can give someone, your loved ones, is wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Through this video, now you know something that other people don't, and you must share your knowledge with them. Share this video for them to know that you care and you love them. If you like these kind of videos, if you like this kind of deeper subjects, I would ask you to consider subscribing to this channel, Mind Healing with Bhavish. I am Bhavish Ahuja, a transformational coach and a therapist. Until the next video, stay blessed, stay healthy, and catch hold of this wisdom if you can. For today, thank you so much for tuning in. It really means a lot to me. I shall see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.